Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my kitchen. Today we're going to start a series of trail meal recipes using the dehydrated food that you've seen in the videos. Dehydrating beef, dehydrating fresh fruit, and fruit roll-ups. Today I've got a handful of recipes. The first one being chili con carne. Alright, show you my scale here. There's the ground beef. That's what we did, by the way. That was, 3.5 pounds of ground beef. Just filled up this mason jar. There it is, still nice and crunchy, well dry. Beautiful. This is a scale that I like to use to measure on. I use this bowl. First thing to do is to zero out the scale. Alright, so this bowl weighs about 308 grams. We're zeroed out. We want to start with 50 grams of the gravel. 49, 50. And one more. The next item up is going to be peppers and onions that I have dehydrated here in a mason jar. All right, yeah, we'll take that. 41 grams should be a good amount. Let's get that in the bag. Okay, tomato sauce is next on the hit parade. One serving is approximately half of a fruit roll, and that is exactly what we have here. 26, so it's a little shy. I like about 30 grams. That means a little of it must have fallen in here as pieces. We knew that was happening. All right, that's 36 grams. That's just fine. We're gonna jammy this in here too. Now we can kind of break this up a little. There's no reason to leave it as a complete roll up. It'll actually rehydrate better if I break it up a little bit first and then get it in the bag. If you break it up, it's going to work even better. Matter of fact, at this point, what I would recommend would be giving it a good squish to break up those fruit rolls, and they'll take up less space. And then again, when you put the rehydrating water on it, it will rehydrate more efficiently. So we've got beef, peppers and onions, and tomato sauce are all in there right now. Now we just got to put some seasoning in. Now for seasoning in the chili, I use a regular commercial brand taco seasoning mix. It's easy enough. The best way to gauge this is to look at the back and see what the serving size is. That's 2 teaspoons per serving size. That may be a little bit much for me. And there's a lot of flavor in the sauce and the peppers and the onions, so you really don't need to go too much. Maybe one good would be enough. It does smell nice. And you want to get all the air out of the bag and zip it up. These are not recipes that are meant to be kept around for 25 years, not even a year, not even a week. I mean, once you get to this point where you're in the bag and you've combined the ground beef and the vegetables and the seasonings, this has a shelf life. It is perishable. If you keep it refrigerated, the clock doesn't start ticking right away. But once you put it in your pack, you figure 2, 3, 4 days at most, depending on the temperature. A hot summer day, you want to eat this stuff pretty quick. I mostly use these for day trips, overnight camping trips, maybe a weekend at most. Now, along with this, we're going to put our chili con carne mix into our bag. I like using paper bags. They also come in handy on the trail. I have to add to it some cheddar cheese, shredded cheddar cheese. It's always a favorite. And here's the cutest little thing ever. A little tiny bottle of Tabasco sauce. And I really only need much more than a couple of drops in a serving, so this will actually last a while. This little guy. That'll go right in the bag with it. And that's one meal ready to go. Label it, put a rubber band around it, and that meal is ready to rock and roll. If you didn't even serve it with the rice or pasta, it'd be fine just out of the bowl. It's a good source of protein, vitamins, everything you need to get through the day out on the trail. And it's a good healthy portion. The overall weight of everything in this bag is only 100 grams. All right, that's 100 grams. So if anything, that's a little bit on the light side. That's with cheese and everything. Now, that should be a healthy portion of dehydrated chili. I think I'll make a cup of tea while we're here. The water's almost boiled. I can see steam coming off of it. Oh yeah, it's rolling now. Whew. I just put enough in to cover and kind of melt the tomatoes. Say maybe a cup and a half. Yeah. That's going to be my cup of tea, what's left over. Let's just get this stirred up. You see how the tomatoes start to melt right away. And we want to keep the heat in on this. Now if I didn't have a good fire going, I could put this in a cozy and would keep it warm. But I'm just going to pop it over the fire and let it simmer for a while. It's easier. There we go, that's what we're looking at. That's chili con carne. Let's trade these guys out. That's a cup of tea. Mixed with the fork side. Okay. Put my lid on there. Let that steep. You want to keep taking this off and stirring it periodically. Starting to thicken up. And it's been 15 minutes now. It's 10 minutes to 1. Let's see how it looks. Really taste the onions and the peppers. I knew something was missing. I'm gonna let that melt a bit. A little bottle of Tabasco. Like it. That's what was missing. The cheese actually replaces the fat that we took out when we dehydrated the beef. Makes everything normal again. Oh damn, that's good. Perhaps at least 2 servings in there. You know what I mean? That's more than I can eat. Alright, that's chili con carne, rehydrated. Really good.